You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm and Jupiter. A world-class experience. Visit BremenBMW.com. And by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Well, hello, welcome to Kevin's Other Show. Thank you guys for locking in here today. Got Ricky Bobby in here with me.
Hello.
We have Diener as usual.
Hey, how's it going?
And Jordan is back in today.
Yes, hello.
What's up, girl?
What's up?
What's up, girl?
Yep.
What you doing?
Well, tonight is maybe the last game for the Miami Heat this season.
Oh.
Depending upon how you feel. Back in Philadelphia tonight. Heat down 3-1. Is there anything that leads you to believe that the Heat are going to win tonight in Philadelphia?
Blind faith.
Give the positives. Let's go with the positives
Okay.
first. Why did the Heat win tonight? One, because they already have 1-1 in Philadelphia.
Good.
They know
That's
how
a
to
good
do
one.
it. There you go. They know how to win in Philly.
It's a good start.
All right. Point two. Over to you, Ricky Bobby. Let's see how far we can go before we flame out.
Possible sniper situation?
Come on.
Is that
Okay. Possibly.
that
Do you
could
think
happen?
maybe Ben Simmons gets taken out somewhere?
Something, a boot to the face from Justice Winslow. I honestly don't see any way that the Heat walk out of this alive.
Come on.
Neither
I
do
don't. I don't.
It goes that fast?
Yeah.
Well, the only
Yes.
thing we have positive
You
is
shouldn't
they-
have went to me next.
Yeah, he should have.
You know I'm down on them regardless. You should have at least went over to Diener, then skip over her Diener, then me last.
Is anything else positive? If you want to try to dig out, why are the Heat still really in it? Why are they in it? How could you make a case for saying the Miami Heat are still in this, even though they're down 3-1, even though they likely are playing against the best team in the East, and they're going to Philadelphia and on the road for 2 of their last 3 games in this series, and they don't play away from home very well?
You are not painting a good picture here again. I mean,
I can rattle off the negatives all day long.
Imagine the odds of running a 5K with no legs.
that's what's happening here.
That's basically what you're saying.
Here's one thing that hasn't happened for Miami yet.
Okay.
They have not
Played
gotten
well?
hot. Look, they have played well at times.
Yes.
At least once.
Well, at least
Yes.
once.
Yeah.
But they won a game. They have not gotten hot yet from the three-point line. Now, they've made some shots here and there. Wayne Ellington, James Johnson, some Tyler Johnson. But they have not had that game yet where they just go off. Maybe that's tonight. Could be. So I'm just throwing out a possibility.
So the best you got is a maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
And also that Hassan Whiteside.
Okay, maybe going to him first wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Trying to think of anything here. I'm wearing my Heat hat today. I'm
good
just-
luck.
Yeah, I'm trying. I really am.
Hassan Whiteside, does he have momentum he's actually carrying into this game?
See, now, when
And he played a good,
Wasn't bad.
his best second half happened in the last game.
Yeah.
Is it possible, could Hassan Whiteside be the motor to get the Heat going tonight? Oddly enough, the guy that's been the complete dud could just completely flip the script
That's right.
and now be the motor and the inspiration for the Heat turning it around.
Woo! Hassan.
You're riding it all on Hassan Whiteside. How confident are you?
No, I mean, not a chance in hell.
come on.
No, but this is the reason why. I will give you the absolute number one reason why I don't think they'll win, and I think it's because of Hassan Whiteside. I think that he has been more of he is a cinder block around the ankle of the Heat.
Normally, I would agree with you.
What do you mean?
Because I've been trashing the guy for the past couple weeks.
So
and
what? You
rightfully
just
so.
you just have to flip all of a sudden?
But now I'm going to say,
Yeah, because he wants the Heat to win.
that's correct. Now I'm going to say that based off of his play in Game 4, he did show some lights.
yeah, it took him all the way to Game 4.
That's fine. But now we're in Game 5, so I think Kev has a good
Okay.
point here, where maybe we have some carryover, and Hassan has woken up. The Beast has awoken, and he will
Beast.
have a great game and lead the Heat to victory.
Okay.
Yay.
Keep telling
That
yourself
sounded
that.
really enthusiastic towards the end of that.
Yeah. By the way, D-Wade has never won a series where he's been down 3-1.
No.
Okay.
See, that's another factor too. You never know if Grandfather Time's going to turn turn back time and turn into that 28-point game he had. That's always a possibility, but that's just like you're really asking for it at that point in time.
Well, I mean, all kidding aside, he has not 3-1, but they have been in adverse situations before with Spo and with Wade together. Haslam's not playing much, but at least he does have that voice in the locker room.
Yeah, but you remember that guy that was on that team?
What do you mean?
LeBron James?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
you know.
guy.
Yeah, the guy he had last time he was in trouble in a series.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, LeBron James kind
A
of bailed him
bit of
out.
a difference.
Yeah. Okay, the only thing, I mean, if you're trying to find any other points of optimism, the Philadelphia 76ers, their athleticism has been fantastic. They've been playing great, but they have been showing signs of looking like a young team. I mean, the one thing that was discouraging is you look at the last game, what is it, 26, 27 turnovers, something like that 76ers had, and the Heat still couldn't capitalize. But you know there is some sloppy play going on with Philadelphia. And it could happen again. It's just the Heat have got to capitalize on it, and they haven't. The Heat have been playing 3 out of 4 really good quarters and really arguably about every game of this entire series. They just got to figure out how to make a complete game happen. I mean, they're in it for 3 out of 4 quarters in every game.
It's true. And there's two things that jump out to me for tonight. I mean, you mentioned the 3 quarters. Dragic has been nowhere in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But he's been playing well in all the other 3 quarters.
Right.
He's been the best player they've had all series.
And that's the crazy thing about it. If he can just find whatever scheme they're doing for him on the fourth quarter or get over his own crazy thing that's happening in his mind and have a good fourth quarter, they have a shot. And I don't like what Joel Embiid said, and I think if you're a Sixers fan, you shouldn't like it either.
Oh, really?
When you are in a series still, they're up 3-1.
He's already ended this series in his mind.
That's right.
And in his words,
He did it.
he said, quote, "I think our time is now.
That's it.
We have a special team, a lot of great guys. I don't think we need anybody else, and I feel like we have a pretty good chance to go far." It's that last line, we have a pretty good chance to go far. He's already saying, look,
That
put us in the
they're gonna
discussion. Put us in the discussion.
Wait, what's wrong with that? That's not that bad. There's
He's
been
already-
worse.
I just feel like that's gonna jinx it, though.
It's not
You're
like
never
he-
supposed to do that.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's not like he's like, oh, we're on to Indiana. Like, I mean,
He kind of already said
No,
he's
no,
kind
no,
of
no,
saying
no, no.
that.
But
You
still,
are-
you're
no,
just not
you are-
supposed to.
When you say there's at least an
You're
air of looking
insinuating.
past the Heat now, it's like we've got him down. It's pretty much over. We're looking past saying this isn't the end.
We want
of it.
no confidence anymore. We just want to strip all confidence away from these basketball players.
Hey, we're looking at possible reasons why the Heat could win.
Baltimore
Possible reasons.
Sorry.
We're trying to
Go
dig
reach in
these
the
up.
bag.
We're trying to say tomorrow if we come in here and say the Heat did win, and if they have any chance at all in this series where they got to win every single game 2 away, how could it possibly happen? The unthinkable. What is it going to take for it to happen? And
I'm
you're
still
right.
going with the sniper, I'll be honest.
Probably a better chance.
Yeah, probably a better chance.
That's probably a better chance than Whiteside is going to come out electric tonight.
I was
But, you
really
know,
trying there.
You got that. But you're right. The Dragic numbers are crazy. He scored only 8 points on 3 of 11 shooting in the final period in this series.
Yeah.
If somehow he can just, be there in that final quarter, they've got a chance. If they can capitalize, if the 76ers continue to turn the ball over like they did, they can capitalize. If Embiid comes out and he mentally is like, we have already won this thing, I'm already booking my tickets to where we're going next, they could win this thing. So there you go. There's about 4 points of optimism.
See, Kevin's on my side now.
I just want to see if we can get that far.
We
Now
got
let
to
me give you
4.
25 points of negativity. No.
You got almost a full hand. Yeah, it's really not. Whiteside, I really think is handicapping him now. I really do. I really like the
he
way they
is.
played without him.
He is. And, probably tomorrow, our discussion, I don't want to cut this short, probably tomorrow is taking a look at where the Heat are right now. They've got some major contracts that they are just burdened by.
Oh, yeah.
And where does this team go? Does it include Whiteside, and how could you get rid of that contract?
That's the question. It's such a big contract. And Tyler Johnson, too.
Yeah, that's a massive one, and that's an unbelievable one for a guy who never started on an NBA roster before.
And
to
it was
give him what they gave him.
So much money. And it was the same situation as what happened with Whiteside, is that Bosch was gone and Wade was gone, and all of a sudden they had no one. And they had to give the money
They
to
needed
somebody.
a face.
Yeah.
They picked the crappiest face in the entire NBA, but they
Terrible
needed a face.
The ugliest man in
He
sports.
has to be. He looks like he got mauled by a bear every morning.
He's disgusting.
Tough way to start today. Gosh, wow.
That's
He
rough.
is disgusting.
Disgusting.
Coming from shortbread hair over here.
Come on.
God
Shortbread
almighty.
hair.
All right. The one thing I found was entertaining here is what is going on with this. Has to be a dig. Have you ever gone on to social media and accidentally liked a post that you shouldn't have?
Yes.
Okay. How often does that happen, Jordan?
Not very often, but
What was the nature of the post, and how quickly were you like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Because if you accidentally like it, you're going to immediately...
You concur with whatever the post is.
You do.
Well, and
Agree.
if
It's showing that you
so-
agree with it, and you always have to watch what you like. Because I used to just go through and people put stuff up on like KVJ's Twitter. I'm like going, yeah, I want people to feel good when they talk to us. Yes, like, and then I realized, oh my gosh, that is very bad. Like,
You go back to their profiles,
Right.
like they're
Yeah.
a Klan member.
it's kind of a funny story. It was between a girl and I that we weren't getting along.
uh-huh.
So I was just looking at what she was posting and accidentally liked it. And I was like, great, she's going to know I was kind of stalking her.
Oh, that's the worst when you go
yeah.
back. Oh,
No, the worst is when you're looking at like a guy's page as a girl and you accidentally like it and you don't
from like
want-
September 2007.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you were definitely showing
The further
someone
back
what
you
I
go,
look like.
yeah. Uh-huh. Now, if you go back, like on Instagram, and you heart something, you can, if you realize, oh my gosh, I shouldn't do that, you can immediately.
Yeah, you can unlike it right away, but I think they still get the notification that you liked it.
Okay, but this is the thing that I wonder, because Kevin Durant is saying it was a total accident when he liked an Instagram comment criticizing Russell Westbrook. Now, the comment then was talking about on Monday. The post said the Thunder point guard and reigning MVP was the problem when the two played together in Oklahoma City. A big debate, and Kevin Durant likes that. Now, if he liked it, he's like, oh crap, I shouldn't do that, and unliked
Unlike
it,
it, yeah.
ESPN is not going to know about it, right? Because they're not going to get those notifications. So the fact that he liked it and left it, he went on to say that he inadvertently liked it, scrolled through his timeline and said, there's no story here. I wasn't trolling. Yes, you were.
Well, yeah, you
known
have
for
to you
that.
have to look at the post and hit like I'm sure there was plenty of comments, so you have to hit view more until they all come up.
Yeah.
And then when you scroll by, the heart is right there on the right side of the screen to hit it.
So do
But once
you
you hit it, it turns red. You can't. You know
do
that
you
you
believe Kevin
liked
Durant
it.
that it was an accident? I do not at all.
No, he's a
It
fraud.
might have been an accident, but he didn't
He
take
left it?
Yeah, he left it. So that part's not an accident. He definitely wanted it to stay.
And considering the nature of it, that it's on his side and it's going against Russell Westbrook, who, by the way, is taking a ton of heat lately about being a very selfish player and individual and running everybody out of
Which
Oklahoma
is really
City.
weird, too, because on top of that, who are you talking about? Kevin Durant's getting a lot of heat?
I'm talking about Russell Westbrook. who's
Russell
getting a lot of-
Westbrook decided not to even take a shot in the fourth quarter, not the last game, the game before. He just dished the ball, and still everybody dug on him saying he was selfish. He didn't even shoot.
So you think some of it's unfair?
Yeah, I think at this point in time it's unfair, but he was
That
trying
one
to
comment.
flip the motive.
Okay. All right.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Get over yourself.
Do you buy Kevin Durant?
No.
Okay, good.
I think he's a crybaby. He just goes, yeah, Instagram, and he's any What are you, 17?
Well, we're just 48 hours away from the NFL draft?
We are
Holy
close, man.
crap,
I'm
it's
We're
right around
getting
the
there.
Yes.
Yeah. The most unbelievably hottest name now in the draft is Baker Mayfield. Are these all lies that are
I've
coming
been
out about this
saying.
guy? Could he possibly be the #1 pick? We'll discuss next.
Think Gloria did a bad job? Wait till you hear this crap. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Baker Mayfield, the #1 pick in this year's NFL draft. Will we be talking about this on Friday? Will that be the headline?
What is happening? Why are they stealing Baker Mayfield from us? It's
From
supposed
you.
to fall to 11.
Oh my lord.
Yes,
from
from
you.
me. From me personally.
From 11.
Yes.
You really think he was going to make it all the way down to 11?
No.
No.
God, you're high. Well, no, you're not.
No,
We've
clearly.
learned that.
Okay, without any more football having been played, without any more combines having gone on, why is it all of a sudden that Baker Mayfield is seemingly this hot? Is talking about what is going to be happening.
Well,
It
deep
makes
balls
no-
hang on him, obviously.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. That was that was the draft analysis there. It makes no sense, right? Because remember when Sam Darnold had that workout in the rain, and literally every scout was like, "Oh my gosh, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen." He stood out there in shorts and threw a ball in the rain, and he was clearly the #1 pick after that.
Yeah.
What happened since then? Why is Baker Mayfield now
Maybe
all of a
Baker
sudden
Mayfield
the guy?
threw in the rain while riding a horse or something
Could've been.
like that.
Something crazy.
Yeah, I was looking, even checking Clay Travis. He had put up a poll: which quarterback would you take first in the NFL draft? Sam Darnold was still #1 with almost like 40% of it, but right behind him was Baker Mayfield.
I'm
Josh
telling you,
Allen
the
was like pretty
stock
much
is
dead
high on
last.
him.
Yeah.
Well, Josh Allen, that surprises me because I figured out of all the quarterbacks that everybody's really into, I figured Josh Rosen would be bottom on everybody's list.
Yeah.
Great athletics, terrible head case. So I think that
And Rosen, you think?
yeah, and I think that Baker Mayfield's great, and there's a lot of teams that are going, no, we don't want him. Yes, we do want him. No, I think it's all smoke screens.
Yeah, they're all just saying whatever.
Now,
So this is where we get into the it's
Yeah.
just a season of lies. So do you buy anything that they're saying about Baker Mayfield? Is there any chance he goes the #1 pick in the draft?
No.
no, just straight out no. It's just so
No.
confusing to me. I mean, I think at this point there could be a chance. What if he goes 4? What if the Browns take Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield?
I think it's
I
stupid.
was hearing that this morning that they might draft 2 quarterbacks.
I think that's
happening?
I think it's very stupid.
I think that's silly.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way. I mean, you're not going to keep both of these guys on your roster.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless you're grabbing one, you think possibly for some kind of trade bait later.
Hey, but
it
you know
doesn't
who
make
it
any
works
sense.
for? Washington Redskins. Worked
do.
very well for them. They wound up taking 2 quarterbacks, and RG3 went out. They had Kirk Cousins. He didn't win anything for him, but I mean, still it was
Yeah.
a good replacement. They managed to get
Was that
something
in the
for
first
him.
round?
No, it was
Was-
different rounds. Kirk Cousins.
He was early second round.
Yeah.
But it was just weird because you don't normally when you take number
high,
with number
yeah.
was he number 2 overall? You take number 2 overall, you don't go and get a quarterback in the top of the second round. It's very weird. Mm-hmm. But to be able to take them too close together, I personally think you want to get the speculation train rolling, however you say that word.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Speculation?
it's okay.
Speculation.
Speculation
Hey,
train
there
rolling.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's like
professional
an
broadcasting.
evacuation.
Sounds dirty. The Cleveland Browns put out this report saying that they're going to take him #1 because they don't want the Giants to take Saquon. So if they say that they're going to take him #1, he's their #1 guy, and they wind up taking Sam Darnold or Josh Allen, whoever the hell they take, then the Giants are going to have to seriously look and go, do we take Baker Mayfield? Are we missing something here? And then if they don't take Baker Mayfield,
Then
Saquon goes,
4.
and the Jets are not going to take Saquon. They're going up for a draft quarterback.
It's just crazy how much we are talking about quarterbacks in this draft, and we're only just talking about quarterbacks. I mean, how much time is anybody
Right.
spending talking about any other position in this draft other than quarterbacks? Like
Saquon
this
and
is,
Chubb, that's it.
like this is one of the greatest quarterback drafts of all time. They're saying, and I even saw it. I don't know if you believe any of the hype, but Jordan Renan with the ESPN was saying that 5 quarterbacks could be off the draft board early, including Lamar Jackson.
Smoking
Early.
rocks.
Yeah, where did that come from, too?
Rocks.
I mean, these are all just bold-faced lies, right?
Are they
I mean, they're
handing
just
out heroin at ESPN? What's going on out there?
making things up here.
Lamar Jackson.
48 hours before the draft, things are just being made up. It's incredible.
Well, they say not since '99 have 5 quarterbacks been drafted in the first round. And even looking back at that, how many of those quarterbacks turned out to be really great in the NFL? You had Donovan McNabb,
Okay. Pretty
Tim
good.
Couch,
No, he wasn't good. no.
Ooh, no.
No.
Achilles Smith,
Oh, that was a punch to the gut just now. Achilles Smith.
Dante Culpepper, and Cade McNown.
Wow, they were all garbage except for McNabb. And I'm not even adding Dante Culpepper in there because he had like 3 or 4 good years with Minnesota.
He did. He had 3 or 4
So
good
he
years.
was
I would give
okay.
him that, but still, I mean, 2 out of the 5
1.5.
were successful. Okay, 1.5.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Give Culpepper a half.
Yes, I'll give him a half.
Yeah, but all of a sudden it seems like they talk about this like this is such a great quarterback draft, and you got to wonder, out of those names, looking at what they did the last time with 5 quarterbacks in the first round, how many of these quarterbacks that we're talking about right now are going to materialize in the NFL and be anything good?
Exactly. Who's the arbiter for this? Because I feel like the college platform is not a good way to be able to test the way they play against professionals because they're not playing professionals.
I mean,
I feel like that's a pretty good argument for it.
It's so unpredictable. If you look back, it just honestly, it goes to show you that drafting anybody is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like anyone has always had this crystal ball where they could tell who's going to do what. And, this is what happens. Statements that anybody ever makes about the draft comes back to either haunt them now or it comes back to haunt them much later. Like, even the people that are considered to be experts. Mel Kiper in 2010, he said that he would retire in 8 years if Jimmy Clausen wasn't a franchise quarterback.
Huh.
Jimmy.
Mel, it's 8 years.
Hey, Mel.
Time to hang up the hair gel. Jimmy Clausen. Where the hell does Jimmy Clausen even play? Is he still in Chicago?
I don't think he is. I mean, we know he's not a franchise QB.
No.
Yeah, definitely
Someone
not.
needs to call Mel Kiper out on this. Are we the ones calling him out? Because he has to retire now.
Yep. Oh, no.
Mel, you got to
Never
retire.
mind.
No.
He's not in the league, right?
So, I mean, it is, and that's a guy that does nothing day in and day out. His entire job is just scouting this stuff out and looking at the college game and understanding how it would translate to the pro level. And
wrong.
And he misses a lot.
Yeah, he does. And he gets really angry, too. You ever see him on the draft? Like when John Gruden was on there, they would get into verbal arguments. He's so defensive.
But you don't know. I don't know how you can really have, with any conviction, argue any of this stuff. How do you argue any of these guys saying, yeah, Baker Mayfield should be one? Oh, no, you're an idiot. You don't. Nobody knows. It really is just, honestly, it's like throwing darts in the dark.
Pretty much.
Bing, and just, you have no idea.
It happens all the time, too. I mean, it's not even just in basketball. I mean, in basketball. In football, it happens in basketball as well. I mean, Cleveland had the #1 overall pick like 7 years in a row, and almost every single one of them flopped except for Kyrie Irving. Oh, yeah, LeBron. But
Was Tristan Thompson a #1 pick?
I don't even remember anymore.
That's a good question.
Not sure, but he's having a great series so far.
Not having a good personal life, but he's...
Nope.
Watch out in the
Not
third
at
there,
all.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Whoops.
He tends to go.
Boy, talk about an awkward story, though. I guess there's a story about how Casey Keenum was walking into
I love this story.
John Elway's office, and Baker Mayfield sitting there having a chat with him. You're like, okay, I guess we're going quarterback maybe then? The first round?
He walks in, he's like, hey, Johnny. Oh,
Gosh.
nice to see you. Just
Awkward.
wanted to come to get my parking pass.
Yeah.
So awkward.
Why is this
It
a
is
temporary
awkward.
pass? I'm so confused.
Yeah. So, I mean, all you're seeing right now is it seems like the lies are amplified, and that's it. Who knows what's going to be the big headline when we come into this thing on Friday?
I swear to God, if Baker Mayfield goes 1 overall, what the hell? That's when everybody should just hang it up.
That's going to be insane.
I feel like they have to speculate this just so that they don't seem crazy.
Well, you know what? The NFL loves all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is great for them. Because
Look at us. We're talking about it right now.
it's an adult soap opera. You don't know. And
Yes.
it's so unpredictable. And then you can go back and look at who was wrong and who was a big idiot years and try to look how smart you were. But nobody really knows what's going to happen. Wow. Well, yesterday we talked a little bit about the so-called fight that had happened between on national TV when you're talking about the
Derek Jeter,
which
Brian Gumbel.
which it wasn't
thing.
any kind of like fight at all, but it has brought up a nagging question when you start looking at some of the numbers. Does Major League Baseball have a problem with tanking? I know Marlins fans, you think that they're the only team that sucks, but have you seen the Reds?
Yeah. There's some other pretty sucky people.
So is this a problem, and what does this mean for baseball? We'll discuss next.
It's Derek Jeter's favorite sports show, just like Derek Jeter is Florida's favorite owner. Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
They say misery loves company. That's why I currently love the Cincinnati Reds.
There you go.
Hey.
Gosh. All right, so yeah, you don't feel great about the Marlins, but you know what? It could be worse. You say, how? Well, look at Cincinnati. It's a team that's already fired their manager, and they just got their 4th win last night.
Oh, they're worse than the Marlins?
Worse than the Marlins, baby, yeah.
And they fired their manager already? That's
They
pretty
did.
bad.
Yeah, the Marlins actually have one more win than the Reds,
How?
Was it
One
not even
more.
Was it 20 games in? They already fired their manager.
which seems like so unfair because,
It's
you know,
unreasonable, right?
I mean, is it really? And you look at some of these rosters that happen, and maybe they're saying, hey, we got Joey Votto. You should have more wins than this. But, I mean, a lot of these managers are being handed a crap sandwich. I feel so bad for Donnie Baseball. I mean, he's just got to be like going, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
And, you know, every single night, he's got to face the media and answer questions as to, like, what's going on. And he's got to try to put some shine on this turd they've handed him. And how do you do that night after night?
Yeah, I'm always still confused the actual role of a manager in a baseball game, regardless. So, I mean, I don't know how much I really put on the managers.
Do you not know how this works?
It's
Is
just
that
like,
what it is?
I mean, I understand how it works, but
Okay.
it's just like they have no control over what happens out there.
Well, I mean, they have no control over. Well, I mean, it's tough
How
to
much
say.
can you really put on the manager?
make the lineup.
If they got
Yeah.
they got a good swing, they got a good swing. If they don't, they don't. What the hell else do you want from them?
To me, I think what it is you really look at a manager when you know you've got a good thing and you can't make it work. When you've got a bad thing and you can't make it work, well, what do you expect?
Yeah.
You know, that's where I think you need to put blame. That's why I don't know what the Reds are doing. I didn't know enough about the situation. That's why I think when people look at Aaron Boone, they're like going, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, you have got a Maserati and you're only driving at 40 miles an hour. You know, that's when you look at a manager, I think, and you say, okay, you're not working your pieces great.
I mean, is baseball manager the least important head coaching job out there in the major sports?
I 100% believe that.
I don't know. I saw a photo the other night of the Cleveland Cavaliers having an in-game huddle, and they were drawing up plays, and Tyronn Lue couldn't even look over their shoulders to get involved.
Okay, well, that's a different situation because LeBron is the coach.
Okay, but if
and
you're
the
making an
GM
argument for-
and the owner. Yeah.
Okay,
But that's
but if
an
you're making an argument for
extenuating
where-
circumstance, though. Look at Brad Stevens.
But it depends upon the team. I think if you're talking
Yeah.
about the NBA,
mean,
it
I
depends
guess
upon
so.
what you're looking at. In Cleveland, they wouldn't even need a coach. It'd just be like, you know what,
Pretty
LeBron
much.
be like,
They
I
don't-
got this.
That was the whole reason of getting rid of David Black, is Tyronn Lue does anything LeBron wants.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was easy for him. But I think in baseball, you set the lineup, and then past that, it's like, okay, well, he's done pitching.
You
take
make
him out,
in-game
put him out.
adjustments. You say, hey, look, I
Somewhat.
got to take this guy out now. I've got a left-hander coming in.
True.
I got to change. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of in-game adjustments.
Yeah.
I think you just hate baseball.
I don't hate baseball.
We have figured it out. That's
Yeah.
we got to the root
you
of the problem
hate
here.
baseball.
I don't hate baseball. I just don't understand why
Baseball?
it's so important to give so much credit to the man. I feel bad for a lot of the managers because a lot of times they get fired. It's like, what the hell did you want them to do? You want to go out there and bat too?
Does Derek Jeter realize he's going to have to fire the only other captain of the Yankees before him?
You can't.
You realize
Come on, you really.
Good point.
You can't fire Donnie Baseball.
It's
You
gotta
can't
happen
fire Donnie,
eventually.
man.
I mean, it's-
why?
Hell
Why
yeah,
would
you
you?
can.
Because
Why
of the record.
would you?
It may not be his fault, but the
Okay,
record.
He's managing a Double-A team in the
He is.
majors.
Yeah, no, he is. There's
And
no
it's
doubt.
his fault, and you're going to fire him for it?
Well, managers are really important in baseball, so yeah.
Oh, here we go.
when they have good pieces.
Well,
He
sure.
doesn't have good pieces.
Okay, so now let's go and equate that to another sport. Let's look at basketball. Let's look at Brad Stevens. I'm going to bring up Brad Stevens once more. You have your two best players that are not playing on that team and still being a very good basketball team. Why? Because it's a good coach. Now,
Yeah.
a good coach can be able to take a team that's subpar and make it better. Look at the Patriots. Look at what Bill Belichick has been able to do.
You
all
can
the time
take a
and time again.
subpar team and make them good. You can't take a god-awful team
That's
and,
the difference.
and make them league leaders.
All right.
That's the difference. And
Wow.
it's not Mattingly's fault. It's not. Because
No.
you said he's been handed this and said, here, do something with it,
Figure
and
it
you
out.
can't.
No.
But he's gonna be the scapegoat. He's the guy in charge, essentially, in the dugout.
That's
and
what they are.
That's what
Yeah.
it's
They're
gonna be.
baseball scapegoats.
I think looking at this, though, we've already talked about, and I think the big part early was weather. But does baseball have an attendance problem? Now, the Reds, they're not drawing, they're not playing, and they're drawing about what the Marlins are. They had 9,000 on Monday night, which, yeah, oof,
Yeah.
Hey,
not good.
Marlins had worse.
The A's have been under 10,000 in attendance for 4 of 9 home games.
That can't make Billy Bean happy.
No.
That's not good.
And
Jesus.
here's the big trend, though. 4 in 9 home games. They had 3 last year in 81. So, I mean, they have pretty much already surpassed their bad attendance from last year already so far this season.
Wow.
So what is this telling us about attendance in baseball? And if you look at almost every single franchise, minus maybe 5 or 6, attendance is down all across baseball. And it brings up a question to the commissioner, Rob Manfred. Do you have a problem with tanking? Could this be happening? Now, this weekend concluded with 7 teams on pace to lose at least 106 games. And since they came up with the 162-game schedule in the early 1960s, multiple teams have lost at least 106 games 5 times, with the high being 3 in 2002. So more teams are in more trouble than ever this year. That means attendance is going to be dropping in a lot of different cities. Overall, it's going to be hurting baseball and the product itself.
I mean, but I get it, but baseball's, it's too long for people to care this much. And especially when...
Oh, I agree with you.
It's always been that way, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like now it's like when you're looking at this, you're looking at the entire league-wide and you're seeing this. Why is nobody doing anything about it? Because it's much easier and cheaper to watch it on your television. It's a better experience for the most part.
Would attendance really be fixed, though, if they shaved 20 games off the schedule?
Yes.
You really think it would be
less games to be able to go to? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Create a better experience. Make the games mean more.
Yes.
They might want to look at contracting a few teams because there are some markets that are not drawing. Oakland's been suspect for a while. Tampa Bay has been suspect for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they could be able to do that, though. That might be too much. Or move them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked for Montreal, right? Moving the Nationals.
Yeah.
Put them somewhere else.
That's a possibility. Put them in a town where people would actually care. But the problem is that baseball not
I don't
as
know where
many
you put
care as they used to.
What's the city that's just open to you right now that needs a team?
Montreal?
Or another team?
Montreal,
Montreal
was big on the Expos. They were huge up there.
That's a true
There's
statement.
still a lot of people up there who are really upset that the Expos left.
You really want to screw things up? Put someone back in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Bring back the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah, there you go.
3 teams in New York?
Why not? They already have. I mean, they have 3 teams in football,
Yep.
3 teams in basketball. What's it make a difference?
I think the reason why people ask this question is because so many teams are doing it and there becomes obvious benefits. The Marlins, if you look at why they're doing it, they'll save money. And you saw the bonus structure that they had in the Miami Herald for Derek Jeter based on how much money he can save, how much more money he can bring home personally. Better draft positions. There are a lot of perks for teams to actually cut high expensive players and to carry a lower payroll and to win less games and not even the incentives might not be there to make the playoffs that outweigh going on ahead and tanking your franchise and saying, look, we don't need to make the playoffs. We want to be financially lucrative, but we can't make the playoffs to do that because we can't hire the kind of talent it would take to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so then just get rid of friggin' baseball then. I mean, what the hell's the point at that point in time?
Well, it's sad because you are now taking away, you know, we talk about the purists in baseball all the time. You want to make the purists upset, you tell them what you just said and just say that, you know what, they don't care about winning anymore. It's all just one big business, which of course it is. We know that. But it's gotten to the point where they don't, if winning is putting them in the red, then now they want to be losing just to get in the black. That is sad.
Yeah, well, I guess that's maybe what it is. We'll see. The commissioner says they do not have a problem with tanking, of course.
Sure.
He's saying, look.
Okay, Rob.
He,
I wonder how much he's getting paid.
Exactly.
yeah. He said, I think it's too early to say that there is a massive problem that needs addressing. In that group of 7, you have interesting situations that are not indicative of systemic problems over the long haul. So.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
let's talk in a couple months and see how
Whatever
he feels
that
about
means.
He addressed
exactly.
he addressed a couple teams, but did not talk about the Marlins.
Jesus, this is
So he
Then
did-
what about the Marlins? Oh, well, no, I mean, there's obviously an exception to the rule. Anyways,
Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking about animals that are true a-holes.
There's a lot.
Yes, there are some that you'd be hard-pressed to find one of this species that's actually nice. We'll discuss next.
Get Kevin's other show whenever the hell you want on YouTube and at 640thehurricane.com.
I guess to be fair, we should probably say that Giancarlo Stanton had a breakout night last night for the Yankees.
was it at home?
It was actually at home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Maybe he
this is-
shook it.
Yeah, this is really his first good game in the Bronx. And I don't know if the Twins were just that bad or he was that good. I mean, the Twins got pounded 14-1, and Didi had a grand slam. But Stan's numbers pretty solid. He went 4 for 4 with a walk, home run, 3 singles, and had 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. So solid breakout for him. He was only batting 185 going into that game last night, and he had 32 strikeouts. So big night for him.
Finally, he was able to get the batting average up.
Good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
When we were talking about that, though, Ricky brought up the question, why did he change his name from Mike to Giancarlo? And there wasn't a lot of questions on that. And I guess Mike's his middle name. And, what made him press to, change it? Because, hey, you got bubblegum cards, right, with Mike on it. So
Yeah.
what are you going to do now? And he went to Giancarlo. And I thought I had heard that he's got a whole bunch of different ethnicities going on, but Puerto Rican, which is where I guess he gets the Giancarlo, isn't even close to dominant in his DNA.
No, he's actually mostly African American and Irish.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah, the Irish, that kind of threw me off. His maternal great grandmother was Puerto Rican.
So he's barely Puerto Rican.
Yes,
Okay.
barely Puerto Rican.
So he just wanted to get his Hispanic roots in there a little bit because
I guess
if you listen to the name of his siblings,
Oh, no.
you would never get. I'm going to try my
You're
hardest.
not getting Puerto Rican out of this?
No, you're getting some type of ethnicity
Straight,
that's
yeah.
not either African American or Irish.
Really?
Yeah.
One brother's name is Edigio Carlos Mosir Garay Stanton.
that's the whole. I mean, you said it wrong.
That is 5 names.
5.
That's one brother.
That's one
One
person. I'm
person,
reading
5
this.
names.
It said he's one of 3, and I'm reading this. I'm like, this is definitely much more than 3 people. Then realize that that's one name, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Now I get this. And the other one is Kairis Valivia.
Huh.
Interesting.
Valivia, yeah.
So is he going
Stan.
more with what his siblings go by, or is
guess
he just
so.
trying to get the Hispanic cred by going Giancarlo?
Well,
in
I mean,
baseball, it plays better, right, than Mike?
Yeah.
I mean, in
Hey,
baseball,
Mike.
right?
Yeah.
Mike. Guess what day it is?
Probably plays a lot better in the dugout.
I would imagine so. Yeah, well, I mean, his whole name is Giancarlo Cruz Michael Stanton.
Okay, so he has a couple names too. That's probably the easiest name though, right? He got the best out of
Out
the
of
name
all of
pool.
them,
Well,
yeah.
his father's name was Michael Stanton.
And they went really with
Giancarlo
the-
Cruz Michael Stanton. Well, his
Wow.
mother's name is Jacinta,
Oh, nice.
And you said it was his great-grandmother? That's like his link to
maternal great grandmother,
his Hispanic heritage.
which I imagine is on his dad's side because that's where the Stanton name comes from. I know Stanton is a Puerto Rican name. So.
what was his sister's name again?
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
That middle name, that thing with the V didn't sound right.
Valivia.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
That
No,
sounds,
that's
horrible.
Not good.
There's a hysterical post that's out. There's a photo of a kid that is on a golf course, and he gets attacked by an angry goose. And this goose comes at him, and he is head over heels. One of the still shots is, I don't know how he, this goose really, kicked his ass. His feet are straight up in the air.
I give a lot of credit to that photographer, to be honest.
It's true.
It's
It's on
pretty amazing.
ESPN's Instagram. It's really
Is it
funny.
really?
Oh, yeah. It's really
Super
amazing.
funny.
But, I mean, if anybody has been up against an a-hole goose, you know.
They are ruthless.
These things are nasty, man. I mean, they come after you. They got attitude.
Oh, jeez. What is so angry?
What is that?
Oh,
And they hiss like a freaking snake.
Snake.
The hell is that? Really?
That's
That's a
terrifying.
goose? That's
My
horrifying.
lord, that sounds like a bar in Boca.
Oh, my gosh.
imagine one of those things coming at you just hissing.
Oh god, that first part is terrifying too.
Take off.
Sounded super angry.
Geese are a-holes. I don't know what it is. And some animals, I mean, honestly, some animals are just a-holes, and you are hard-pressed to find even a nice one in the species. They just all are. Like ostriches. Did you know ostriches are a-holes? Not to stick in the bird category, but a lot of birds. That's
We're
why-
seeing a trend here. Birds are a-holes.
A-holes.
But you know what? You know who else is an a-hole? Llamas.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they spit
They
at
spit
you.
at you, yeah.
And they're nasty. They don't think oh, cute, llama's coming over to be pet. No, it's coming to spit on you and attack you.
I have gotten spat on by a llama before.
Me too.
They're
Have you?
nasty.
Yeah,
It's
at
not
the
fun.
fair.
They're
At the
nasty.
petting zoo.
That's where it was.
Why are llamas like a regular thing at the petting zoo if they're such vicious
I don't know.
Nasty.
SOBs?
I don't know. Because you know what? I think people like the name and they
Llama?
look cool and
Llama.
going, oh, look at this thing. It's
They're fuzzy.
They
Yeah.
probably saw Aladdin once.
They
Yeah,
are
I think so. Yeah, Emperor's New Clothes.
Emperor's New.
New
oh, that's
Groove.
right. New Groove.
Yeah.
New Groove. That's our Emperor's New Groove. Yeah,
And the
thank you.
clothes.
Yeah.
I think clothes came after.
Yeah.
Sometimes
whatever
when
it
you got
was.
new clothes, you get a new groove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same.
You know, and again, I think there are more birds that are a-holes than any other animal category. Mockingbirds, especially if they have got like a nest they're defending.
Very protective.
Oh my gosh, they do not play. Every single spring, these stupid mockingbirds will build a nest right in the tree that's eye level when I get out of my car. And they will dive by. It's horrifying.
Oh my
For
gosh.
2 months, you're making a mad dash for the front door.
I was gonna say, like, do you
You're
have
going
to
out
get
the passenger side.
Crawling across the
you have to like
console.
strategize when you get home, like when to get out of your car. You have to look up and see if they're there.
It's like you almost have to throw a dummy out the passenger door so
So
they
they go
attack
for
that.
that
And then you safely get in your house and they'll like sit on the windowsill and just look at you.
They like peck at the window.
Oh, you'll have to leave one day, my friend. One day you'll have to leave.
I can just imagine you sitting in your car talking to your wife and your kids and be like, all right, listen, we're going to throw the banana out the left side, go out the right side, go around the side.
It's an escape plan.
It's
Yeah,
like you
you
draw
have to-
straws.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're not paying attention when you pull into the house and everybody else, you're like, yeah, it's like
You wait for who's the first one going to get out.
absolutely, yeah. It's like an awful game that you play. If you want to see that photo, yeah, we also have it on Kevin's Other Show on Twitter. You can see it. You can follow us. You can check us out on YouTube as well. Just do the search, Kevin's Other Show.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.